Hey guys, so I just got back to my van after a month of being away from it, and it feels good. It feels good. It feels cold, but it's good. Everything is thawing out. The wires are really stiff from the cold. The heater wasn't even turning on when I got in here, and I was like, what's going on? Just the energy was moving so slowly. But now I'm starting to thaw things out. I have my propane heater going, very warm and toasty, and then I have this electric heater also going. It's tiny, but it's enough. And now that the sun is actually on the van, that was the issue too. In the morning, it's not on the van. It's really starting to warm up. Every few seconds, there are ice pieces falling around me. It's kind of fun. Oh, I've missed my van. I'm just looking around. I'm like, it's so pretty in here. Look at this crystal ball. I haven't seen like a nice crystal ball in a month. It's very nice. But yeah, I'm just getting acclimated to my space again. It was nice being away from it. I feel like I can reevaluate some things about it. I've already been thinking like, how can I make everything more efficient and even cozier space? But also insulating it is probably a good place to start because I wanna go somewhere in a couple weeks. So before all of that, I'm just getting settled. I just started unpacking everything. One thing that did happen before I left, I made sure to take everything that was liquid out of the van, but here you can see my pantry. There's like little frost on all the jars. Not a big deal, except I forgot my my citruses are frozen, so hopefully those thaw out and I can still use them, but that's an issue. That was my one mistake. Now it's discovered. Also, does Pam freeze? Does mustard freeze? Oh, this mustard is also very frozen. Yeah. But that's it, I think. Oh, this is a weird... This just looks like I'm really intensely showing you mustard, but I'm squeezing it and nothing's happening. So I just pulled out all of my stuff from this front compartment where I usually store a bunch of stuff because it's gross up there. There's coffee, there's stains. I'm gonna clean it. It's gonna feel good. And also reevaluate everything that I have up here, just making sure it's like the perfect storage organization situation. But also I found these. My shampoo and my body wash, very frozen. So frozen. They're all very frozen. Frozen stuff, LOL. So good. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that now. Just thought I'd share. Woke up just a little while ago and I wanted to start off the day with a little project. So I've been thinking about this for a while and I think I've mentioned it in a couple videos, but my windows are not insulated. It's very cold. A long-term project would to be insulate them properly, but today I'm gonna be more concerned with the privacy aspect that these things give. Since I'm in the city so often, I want to be able to have like all the lights on in my van whenever I want to and not feel a little bit uncomfortable that it's so obvious that someone's in here. So I have the back windows covered. I have a good cover for that, but I have to do one for this window. There's a couple windows over there. It'd be nice if I did one for this too. The big priority for today is going to be these two side ones, especially the one near my pillows and my blankets, because every morning I get a little bit of frost inside the van. I don't know if this is actually going to help the warmth at all or insulate it at all, but I have this thing that you can buy for your front window. I would love to buy regular materials, but everything is closed because of COVID, so I'm going to just use what I have. I'm going to cut out the proper shape of this, and the amount that I have here might cover 2 windows, definitely not the full project, but we'll see what else I can find. So this is just going to be a very like beginner layer. I would love to add on to this and actually insulate it or put some fabric on the inside, make it look nice, but for now I'm just gonna use them to cover up the windows so I can get some privacy. I love starting the day with project, like it just gets me going for the rest of the day. I haven't even had coffee yet. Imagine when I do have coffee, I'll be re-inspired to do this project and just like, hello, yes, stealth, privacy, something that I should have been concerned with a long time ago. What's the point of this van? I didn't want it ever to be this short-term thing. I want it to be a long-term thing, progress as I go. And for this being my first year doing it, I think I managed. Like, it never got too cold. I was always able to like survive and thrive, and it'll only get better from here. So let's get these window coverings done. That sticks in there pretty good. So since I've been here, I've put some work into the van. A few things have changed. Not really, but enough to mention and enough to be proud of, because I love doing home improvements. It's something that I never got to really do before. I was able to decorate and maybe paint an old apartment, but for this place, this van that I actually own, I can do home improvements that will last, just invest in myself or something like that. So I'm just gonna be folding my laundry with you guys. Thought it would be a good opportunity to do a little chit chat and be productive at the same time. Matching socks and folding underwear, fun stuff. But basically with my van, what I've done is I made these new curtains. See these yellow striped ones? They match all my other curtains. You can hardly tell, but they're like striped yellow. They're the same fabric as this, so it kind of pulls the van together. I just had the exact right amount of fabric to do these two windows and those two windows. Like, it was down to a pinch. It feels good as a Virgo to completely finish all that fabric. And I didn't even realize that all of these other stripes are vertical, but then those back two window things are horizontal, which you can't tell from here. But when I noticed that, I was like, what a coincidence. I didn't even mean to do that at all. But it makes me feel good because the horizontal stripes by my bed, like, I look at it sometimes and I just feel more grounded. It feels more solid. It feels better for the sleeping corner. I don't know if I sound crazy, but that's what I felt. So I'm just matching these socks. So besides laundry, I ended up cleaning pretty much everything else. I cleaned all the shelves, I removed all of the stuff that I have, and then cleaned it and then replaced it. I got rid of some baskets and a few boxes of craft stuff. Literally way more than half of the stuff that I have in here are just for crafts, like resin or stained glass or any other type of craft. Like, I have such an array of stuff in here. I decided to edit it down a little bit because I can't do resin in my van properly anyways. There's not enough ventilation, there's not enough place to leave my stuff curing, especially not during the summer. While I have had the space here, I have made so many projects with resin that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So I'm literally working on scheduling 3 videos, which is way more than I've ever done before, and it feels so good to have a post scheduled. I can't even tell you, it's like no other feeling. I feel so like fulfilled. So right now it's like 7 a.m. I only really like filming in the morning. I don't know why. It's just when I feel talkative. Maybe it's just the energy from the coffee. I don't know. Speaking of coffee, while it's hot. Other projects that I'm doing to the van before I head out again, I just ordered some rubber foam stuff that can line the door that will help with the insulation, because on this old van, it's all torn apart. It's not doing its job, so I'm replacing that, which I'm really excited to get in the mail. I also created all these covers for the windows. So you guys have seen like this reflective material in like window shields before. Well, I bought like 2 of those things, and then I cut them all to the size of my windows. They're only like $10 for the cover. I don't know if you can buy this material. You probably can for like way cheaper, but this is what was available to me. And during COVID times, beggars cannot be choosers. So I put this in all of my windows. I do think it kind of insulates it a little bit. The ice is actually like staying on the other side of the window when these are up, but also it just creates so much more privacy. You can't see light coming through the windows at night anymore. These I think are a great addition to the van. Just if I want that option, especially when I'm in the city, I think being stealthy is a lot more important. But for the cold, they also help a little bit. I've been thinking, right now it's just this one layer. I've been thinking about layering the inside with a fabric that I think would look nice, or adding more layers for actual insulation is probably a really good idea. We are in February now though, so winter is almost done. We just got to get through this one more month. Today is going to be like the coldest it's been, so new challenge for sure. I think it's going down to -20 tonight, but I've definitely learned a few hacks to staying warmer. And one of those things is just to stay busy, stay active, and stay like moving. Always have a chore to do, always have something in your mind that you want to get done. At least that's what I like to do. I like to have a list in my brain, and when that list disappears is when I feel really lost. So I make sure to always stay like one step ahead. I need the momentum from my last project to propel myself into the next project. It's just kind of how I work. Since I'm a very morning person, I have all this energy in the morning. I don't know why. It disappears like slowly throughout the day. And by the end of the day, I just turn into like a regular, boring, I don't want to say it, but I turn into like a straight person. Just very bland and very quiet. No offense to any of the straight people out there. Found this sweater. I bought this in high school. Like, this is comfy. It's so not my style anymore, but it's like a nice blue and it's really nicely knitted and it's in good condition. Like, I'm very excited about the sweater. Probably will wear this all spring now. That's one little thing about me that I don't think I've told anyone on YouTube yet. I used to work at H&M for a few years and I loved it. I loved buying all the clothes all the time. I loved the discount. I love the people that I work with and the fashion taste of everyone around me. It was just a really fun place to work. A lot of young people. It was just while I was in school, so it was a very part-time fun thing. But yeah, H&M has some funny stories that I'd definitely love to share, catalog in my brain before I forget them, because it was a time. Those types of part-time jobs, there's just such a high turnover rate that it's just, you meet so many people, and they also have a lot of employees, and they always hired like the same 16 to 23-year-old girl, and they're always super fun. If not incompetent, but that's okay, because I was there and I love saving the day, honestly. Over my 3 years there, I think I got a total of like 85 cents of a raise, which I remember every year on the phone, you got a 30-cent raise. I would be so grateful. I was like, oh my God, I was not expecting this. This is so generous of you. Thank you so much for telling me this and calling me. And then I would keep my manager on the phone for like 10 minutes, just thanking her for this gracious 30-cent raise that really makes no difference in my life whatsoever. But that is besides the point. Oh, one other thing that I want to show you guys that I did to the van, I added a little, what would you call it? Just a little bar to hang stuff. I will show you. You know how people have like a little bar in front of their oven to like hold their rags and stuff, dish rags? From moving into a house, I realized how essential and useful this small part of a kitchen is. And yeah, I decided to add one. I found a copper pipe in the junk pile, and it matches the copper pipe on this thing too. Oh shit. So I put another little copper pipe down here. It's actually really helped doing dishes so far, so I'm pretty grateful for that. Surprising, but very useful. I also found a new basket to keep all of my dishes in, so that's also a little bit more organized. And I've just really enjoyed this past week for a lot of like self-reflection, get comfortable with myself, be friends with myself again, because sometimes when I go into Toronto, go into the city, I just like lose myself in the people and the drama and just whatever's happening, and it's like, that's not healthy. I know it's not good for me. It's like, I feel stunted when that happens. I feel like I'm not growing at all, and I'm really happy to be back here. Oh, and then I found this little hoodie too. That's like my old bike share hoodie from when I worked at Bike Share Toronto. It's like really lightweight because it was for working, but it's really soft on the inside, really nice. we're just about done. That felt like it took no time since you guys decided to join me. In reality, it took like 10 times longer than it usually does, but it was way more fun. So this is my laundry basket that I usually take to the laundromat and everything. I put that back here. And this is like my linen closet. Just towels and dishcloths and all that useful stuff. I want to give you guys like a real tour, but until then, this is where I keep all my clothes. Not that nicely folded right now, but it's just a big bin that doesn't hold all of it for sure. Like I said, I have a huge clothing collection, but I switch everything out every season. And since I live in Canada, there are basically like 4 distinct seasons with 4 distinct like temperatures and weather and clothing and all that stuff. So yeah, I switch things up in there a lot. And now I'm just gonna put all the clothes that I folded into that bin. And thank you guys for chatting with me. And I'm coming out with some arts and crafts videos really soon. A resin one is on its way, a new resin, so stay tuned for that, as well as a van tour, which is essential. And once it's completely clean, I'm gonna do that for you guys because I love documenting that. My van changes all the time. I would love to just get a glimpse at my entire space in this moment and see how it changes from now in like a year. Maybe a yearly update van tour video, because I regularly put work into it. I love upgrading my home. Like, look at these little flowers. I just added these little flowers. I just made this little mirror star in my last video. You guys might already know that. My van honestly is like an entire new entity for me, a new like personified object in my life that I've kind of fallen in love with. So it brings me comfort, it brings me security, and I really appreciate that. Anyways, thanks for watching and have a good rest of your day.